Hello, beautiful souls. Wow, so we have been going through some intense energy. I don't know about you, but the people that I've been talking to, including my children, are talking about intrusive thoughts, like impulsivity, you know, um, some self doubt, things that are like massaging our own insecurities. What I've noticed is that some of this programming that I might have already worked through is coming back up for me to look at again and decide whether I want to do this again. And it's interesting, astrologically, we have quite a few things happening. And I'm not even, Venus going into retrograde in a few days, or wait, yeah, and Mars going direct, or I don't know. Anyway, and Mercury seems to be fine, although I'm having technology issues that I was finally able to resolve. But it's kind of like this thing causing frustration. Whatever in your life might cause frustration, like a lack of ease to do things. That's what I'm noticing. But it seems to have kind of let up a little bit today. So here I am. I'm going to talk a little bit about what else I'm noticing. Because I had some people come in and out through my awareness in the last, I would say, 2 weeks. And I've really been able to close some looping patterns out. And they were patterns that I closed out in 2018, but they came back around, or 2019, came back around for me to look at again and decide for myself what I want to do. So don't be surprised if you're noticing that some things are coming back around for you to make decisions about again. Or what I kind of notice is just this whole idea of having closure now where I might not have had it before in my life. As I'm able to look, I still get triggered. I don't know. I think that will probably, who knows if that's always going to be a thing. But to me, when I get triggered, I go, okay, this is something for me that I need to look through. There's something that is sticking out like a sore thumb for me to acknowledge, maybe to work through, maybe to make a decision about and decide where am I aligning here. Especially, instead of just like going automatically with something, because a lot of people do that. And then eventually they might look up after a while and they're like, ooh, why do I feel so gross, like on the inside? Why does my energy feel so, dense? And why am I so unhappy? And everything feels hard. And yeah, automatic pilot. It's a thing. And we can decide to turn on the automatic pilot at any time, but we are not immune from the consequences of those decisions that we've been making that may or may not have been in alignment. Let me put it that way. When we're on automatic pilot, our programming is like running the ship. And that's great. You think about it like a boat. Normally automatic pilot would be fine. Maybe you set it at a time that you're not expecting anything big to happen, but you never know. Right? To me, it's like, no, I want to be able to decide for myself in any moment what I'm aligning with and what I'm not, and what I'm so shocked, and I'm smiling, but over the last week, I have been changing how I'm responding to things, and it is exhilarating. One small shift in how you're able to respond reinforces the idea of change in your life. And then the next thing you know, it's not so hard. It's not so hard no matter what anybody else is expecting you to do. It's pretty cool. I was talking to my friend Charlie, and he's like, yeah, because this idea of empaths being sensitive, because I'm one of them. I am sensitive to energies. And it's interesting. My team keeps telling me to talk on my social media about what it means to be highly sensitive, what it means to be an empath, how do we protect our energy, how do we begin to disconnect? So anyway, like I was saying, my friend Charlie's like, how do I do it? I just stopped caring what anybody else thought. And that has been my knowing as well. Like, who cares? Like we're kids and we're like, I can't wait to grow up. I can't wait to be on my own. I can't wait to do what I want, make my own decisions. Are you making your own decisions? Or are you still worried about what everybody around you is going to think about the decisions that you're making? Are you interacting with people because they want you to, or is it from the heart and because you want to? Because I'll tell you what, over the last week, I've had a lot of people come in wanting from me. Wanting my energy, wanting my insight, wanting to just dump, right? And I noticed, like, from the observer perspective, and I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. This keeps happening. And maybe the first couple, I'm like, oh yeah, no big deal. I got the time to deal. I got the time and the bandwidth to deal with this. But then as it continued to pile up, I'm like, no, I don't have the bandwidth right now for that. And so I don't know about you, but this idea of expressing myself has been really important. Regardless of any other expectations that are floating around out there about me. Because everybody is out there for themselves. And I have been, over this there's been a big pull for me to go into my past lives. There's something in my past lives I need to be reminded of. And so that's what I'm like, okay, that's not super common for me to go back, but I'm like, all right, I'm going to go back and figure this out. Partly because this idea of everything I need is within me and my own experience. To stop relying on other people outside of me for any of it. Not for validation, not for information. Wisdom certainly doesn't come from outside of me. It comes from within me. But we're in this point of really needing to trust ourselves. And to notice that our experiences, some people, whether you call them in or not, I don't tend to understand. I don't tend to really be resonant either way. But let me just tell you, the wisdom and the experience and the pearls that you bring out of those experiences are important for this life. And so be ready to generalize that knowing into other things. And in many ways, you have been crafted, divinely crafted for this now moment, right? And whatever moments come forward from now. So you're ready to roll. You got what it takes. So it's time to begin trusting that everything we need is really within us. We don't need some expert outside of us to tell us anything. We just need to learn how to have connection with our source, with our divine nature that is just inside of us. What is a good way to practice this for you? Because we all do this in different ways. There's not one way. I could tell you, and I keep feeling like I need to do a class on this, of all of the different ways that you can try to find out what works for you and what gets you the best results, because what works for me might not be the same for you. We are divine and different, and it's perfect. And in that same way, I can't tell you what you need to do or what you should do, right? Because that's counter to your divine nature, to your sovereignty, to you learning how to make your own decisions, and for you to be able to really, develop your own discernment. There's plenty of density out there. Plenty of chaotic energy in the collective. What are you entertaining right now? Are you entertaining more of it, of that density? Or are you doing whatever it takes to find the peace within you? People might be like, well, that's a Band-Aid, that's this. Actually, what if the peace, finding the peace within you is the point? And being able to go there, and that maybe once in that space of being observer, in peace, those answers come in. Be willing to shift how you're seeing things. Things are not nearly as rigid as what you are thinking, black and white. No. Many things can be true at the same time that we do not believe as humans can coexist at the same time. And for me, I've been fighting internally with different needs or wants or desires. And so I just have to decide, what am I going to be focusing on right now and giving my energy to that? And be willing to switch it up. Be willing to change my mind, because guess what? We get to do that. Anyway, it is really, really interesting energy, really intense energy right now. Some of the most intense I've felt. Make sure you're getting plenty of water, hydration, electrolytes for a lot of people. Hopping in the shower when you're feeling like overwhelmed and maybe heavy. A lot of people are having suicidal ideation. Make sure you're reaching out to somebody qualified to help with that. I know I have people reaching out for that, and I'm not necessarily qualified to do that. So make sure you're getting the help that you need, and be like, am I safe right now? That's the question that I keep asking. And the answer is an immediate, big, huge, breath of fresh air for me, because I am safe. I am safe right now. There is a whole bunch of uncertainty and chaos and all this things that's being spun up by people on purpose to fuel agendas that I don't want to fuel. And so I'm like, no, I am good. Like, I am safe. I know how to get to that place of peace within me, and peace and calm and observer, and to be noticing all of the patterns that are on display right now, because there's so many, and to dive in and be like, okay, check that one off. Yep, I see that. Thank you so much. And to take that and be able to make different decisions moving forward, informed by those patterns that you are now noticing. I am now noticing. Anyway, I love you guys. Let me know what's going on with you right now. Whew, intense, grounding, hydration, water, take a shower, energy work, writing as a form of expression. Express, 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 express. Notice your programming. And the dissonance maybe within your programming, because it seems to be highlighted, and a lot of people are angry about the things that are happening. And you look at what revelation is, and that's what it is. Apocalypse, things being revealed, right? Things coming into the light of day that maybe we didn't ever realize were tied to a certain agenda. Or maybe we never thought about it before. And we might start to beat ourselves up for just taking things at face value as we were told. And it's okay. Just wake up. Wake up now. That's all that matters. I love you guys. Bye.